Good morning on day number 24. Last night got chilly. I believe it got down below freezing. The wind was howling again. I still can't get over the winds in these mountains. The way they sound when they're rolling over top of you. It wasn't too windy in camp again. But man, those winds were just screaming above us. And they got chilly. And I was snuggled in the sleeping bag there. And you guys, if you've been watching the videos, you know I like to find a little stream or a little creek and soak my feet in that cold water. Well, none of that at the camp last night, but as cold as it was, what I did was uncinch the bottom of my quilt just enough so I could stick my feet out. And I stuck my feet out in that cold, cold air as long as I could stand it. And man, did it feel good on the feet. And so that was last night. Woke up again to a chilly morning. Got camp tore down. I'm back on trail. Shooting for, I think, shorter day. 7.4, I think, is what it's supposed to be to the next shelter down. I hear the terrain is supposed to be kind of tough, though. But get to that shelter, and that should put us up to Clayman's Dome and Newfound Gap tomorrow. I'll run into Gatlinburg for a quick resupply. There's a local church that provides a free shuttle from Clayman's Dome and Newfound Gap into Gatlinburg, so I'll probably take advantage of that, which is really, really nice. And resupply tomorrow, but we got to get through today first. So a little over 7 miles. Sun is shining. Ready to enjoy this day. So I got to share the story. A few days back when I took that zero in Fontana, caught a shuttle from Fontana Marina over to my hotel, which is the next town over. Now, let me explain these shuttles to you. Some of the towns have like a shuttle service that the towns run. It's like a little bus or a van. And they go around and you call, or they have certain times that they'll pick you up at certain places. Now these other shuttles are just individuals, just private individuals who put their number out there, and you can call them, get a hold of them, and they'll come and pick you up in their private vehicle, and you know, they charge a few bucks, and they take you wherever you need to go. So I called for a shuttle from Fontana to take me to the hotel. Well, this fella picks me up, and he's a nice enough guy and pretty cool. We're having a good conversation, and he asked me, he says, have you ever ridden in an all-electric vehicle? And I said no, and he was saying, well, mine is, and he was telling me what it was. And I was like, yeah, this is the first time. And so he's telling me about it. And he says, and these things got some get up and go. Now, before I go on with the story, let me explain this. Out here on the trail, you're just walking. You know, a couple miles per hour. Maybe on a good stretch, 3 miles per hour, or whatever it is. And so when the rare time you get into a vehicle, even one of those shuttle vans or something, you know, they start taking off, and 25 miles per hour feels fast. So back to my shuttle driver story. He says, these electric vehicles got some get up and go. And he says, check this out. And so he puts the pedal down, and we take off. Now, keep in mind, these are some windy mountain roads. I mean, they're twisty, turny, up and down. And he is scooting along. And it seems like we're flying. And he goes, he lets off the gas. He goes, what do you think of that? And I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. And then he says, well, that was in eco mode. Let me take it out of eco mode. So he hits this button and then he punches it again. And we take off like a rocket. And we are flying through these roads, these twists and turns. I'm white knuckling it, man. And he finally lets off and he's laughing and he's like, what do you think of that? I'm like, yeah. Pretty good, man, pretty good. So he did get me to the hotel safely. No incidents. But I'll tell you, the stories that, the things that happen and the stories you could tell on and off of trail. .4 mile day to Double Spring Gap Shelter. Got the tent set up, ready for the night here. It's pretty cool today. We're right outside of Gatlinburg. I could see Gatlinburg from the trail today, the city off in the distance. And so that's pretty cool. And so tomorrow, 2 miles to Clingman's Dome, which is the 200-mile marker, which is a big deal. 8 miles beyond that, Newfound Gap. And so I'm shooting for a 10-mile day tomorrow. hitch a ride into Gatlinburg to resupply. Probably spend the night there tomorrow night. Laundry, shower, town food, the whole deal. And then shuttle back to Newfound Gap the following day. Get back on trail. So not taking a full zero. In Gatlinburg, really don't have the time with the time frame they give you to get through the Smokies. But super excited to see Gatlinburg, be close to Gatlinburg, get to the 200-mile mark. And so that's wrapping it up for day number 24. See you back on trail tomorrow for a pretty big and special day. All right, take care. We'll see you later.